some people's first time on here tonight. Because somebody actually did tell me that it was their first time on here tonight. So I'm going to introduce myself. Oh no. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Rachel Whigham. I happen to be a top income earner in It Works Global, and I have been for 5 years now, 5.5 years probably. And this business has changed my whole life. I started this business. Thank you. I started this business as a single mom who was literally robbing Peter to pay Paul. Not in a good place financially, but God saw fit to change my life because I said yes. And I decided to keep saying yes over and over and over again and trust God every step of the way. And here I am 7.5 years later. I'm retired. My husband is retired. And when I say retired, I mean from corporate America, we still work every single day. And this business is work. It's work. But we just get to work in a different way. And we get to work for ourselves. And I would choose this over anything. I remember when I brought my husband home, it was because we were in passing. We were a young couple, and before getting married, we were hanging out all the time. And after we were married, it just seemed like we were just always this, living for not even the weekend, because my husband worked at a juvenile detention center. And so it wasn't no weekends. His weekend was Wednesday and Thursday, and my weekend was Saturday and Sunday. So that meant no church together. That meant he missed a lot of stuff, family events. If he has to work and we have family dinner, don't let him be on evenings that week or that month. That means that he misses all family gatherings. He misses holidays. Come on, never saw Thanksgiving. Like, it was crazy. And so I decided that I was bringing my husband home full time. And so I went Presidential Diamond, and that was where my husband said that he would come home full time. So when you get a why, it changes everything. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about falling in love with your why. And I'm going to admonish you today that if you don't fall in love with your why, you're going to quit whether you keep showing your face or not. All right? And some of y'all already there. Y'all just here tonight. And so today I'm going to give you the opportunity to pick your face up, because some of y'all quit around this time every single month, because things ain't going the way that you desire for them to go. And you still show up, but you're not pushing forward full throttle. Your foot is not on the gas anymore because you think that you're out of gas, but you're not. You think you're out of gas because things aren't going the way you desire for them to go, but they're not. So I do want to share a story. We're going to talk about this why thing, but I want to share a story about my hair because I find it very peculiar. 2 years ago, I decided that I was going to start doing my natural hair. 2 years ago. And I've been natural for 4 years. 4 years ago, I went natural, cut my hair off, and decided that I was going to be natural. But I never did my hair. I never washed it, like none of that. So when I asked on my post, I was like, what black women wash their hair? And it was about, on Instagram, it ended up being, Facebook, it was 50-50, and on Instagram, it was like 80-20. So 80% wash their hair, 20 didn't. On Facebook, it was 50-50. 50% wash their hair, 50 don't. Like somebody else washes their hair. And I decided I wanted to get to know myself. Like, I felt like it was really trifling. Personal opinion here, okay? I'm not judging anybody. But I felt like it was trifling that I did not know how to take care of my hair. And, as a black woman, I don't know about white people because I'm not white, right? So I can't speak for white women. But black women, when our hair is like an extension of us. It's an extension of who we are. And I did not know, I felt like not knowing what products worked for my hair was a part of not knowing who I was. Like, I legit could be like, hey, Rachel, what moisturizer works on your hair? And I'd be like, I don't know, I gotta ask my beautician. What? Rachel, what? I don't even know what products I should use to wash my hair. And I did not know myself. And so I had decided to take a journey. But I say all that to say here in this moment that it took me 2 years to get this twist out. 2 years. Y'all, 2 years of deciding I wasn't going to quit. And I remember about 6 months, it wasn't even 6, maybe 3 months. 3 months to me doing my natural hair, I was like, bro, I'm going back to the beautician. Because, and I'm not saying I didn't go to my beautician to get my hair done, But I was like, ain't no, I'm not, no. She got to make enough money so she can go to the beautician every 2 weeks. Because I'm not doing this. Like, I'm just not doing it. I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up because it was frustrating. And you spend so much money. Come on, I'm speaking to somebody. You don't know it. But I spent so much money trying to figure out the right combination of products, and natural hair products are not cheap, okay? Now, Sally's will take them back. I don't know if you guys knew that. Sally's will take them back if they don't work. But natural hair products are not cheap. And so here I am buying all these combos, watching YouTube, trying to see what worked for her, trying to see if that combo will work for me. Okay, how does she coil it? How do I twist it? Oh, I need to get my hair cut. Do I go to a natural hair cutter? Do I go to my regular beautician? Like, completely lost trying to figure it out. But y'all know what I did? I just kept swimming. I kept asking. I kept learning. I didn't know. I to this day, y'all been doing hair since I was 12 years old. I don't know nothing about hair. Like, I feel like I don't know nothing. And I'm going to stay like that so I can stay a learner. It's the same thing when it comes to this business. I'm learning every single day. Every single day, I am learning something new about this business that could potentially change my life. In one conversation, y'all went, had a real nice sale on Shea Moisture. I just dyed my hair. I didn't dye it. My beautician did. Shea Moisture, and they had a 50% off sale because God was with me. 50% off sale, and so I got this Shea Moisture hair for colored hair. I got them 50% off with a shampoo and conditioner. Got on with my friends, and they gave me a little tips. Used the cream smoothie. I used a smoothie on my hair I'd never used before, and it worked. And I was like, yes, Lord. And then I saw a friend today, and she was like, you gotta make sure you use the whatchamacallit afterwards. Now I could be like, no, my twist out is so much better than what it was before. I will take this twist out. But I was like, oh no, give me all the juice. I need all the juice. I want to be better. I want my twist out to be better, right? I'm still learning. And then just because these products are working for my hair right now doesn't mean I want to find something better, right? So, who needed that for their business right now? Who caught it? Because we weren't even talking about hair. And you got to be willing. You got to be willing to be uncomfortable. And I was willing. I was very uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm going to do a before and after picture. I'll show y'all my twist out 2 years ago. And then I'm going to show y'all this one. Progress. God is faithful. Okay. Go through the ugly stage. Amen. I remember when I didn't want to cut my dead ends. I love it now. I love getting my hair cut now. But I remember that first time it was like, how many of y'all mama told y'all black people scissor happy? Everybody. Then you don't let nobody cut your hair. No. And then they be cutting and you be looking like in the mirror like, okay, go up just a little bit. Like, what are you doing? Like, you cut too much off. What are you doing? Okay. So I'm telling the truth, whether y'all like it or not. It's the same thing with your business. Somebody give you some feedback, you'd be like, no, I can't do that. Like, what do you mean? No, that's uncomfortable. That's not something that I want to do. Oh, you mean stop messaging them? Oh, you mean stop begging that person to work? Oh, wait, stop begging them to sign as my loyal customer? Oh, you want me to reject them? Oh, so let's talk about this why. Do you love it? Fall in love with your why or you'll quit. I want to have a discussion about this. Let's talk about it. Do you even know what that means? Somebody like, what does that even mean, Rachel? How do I fall in love with my why? What does that mean? Because I think a lot of times what happens is people come to this business and they think that I'm supposed to fall in love with this business. You don't have to fall in love with the business. I love this business. But if you fall in love with your why, you can do anything. I was reading a story about a lady who was a maid. She was a maid. And a man thought that the man she was working for thought that she was working for him, like she was working in excellency for him. And he realized after they had a conversation that she could care less about serving him. It was her why. She moved in excellence because of her why. And because she served in excellence in that season, it opened up the door for something that paid her far greater than anything that she could imagine at that level that she was at. Can you open up the door? But if you don't do things in excellency because you don't know why you're doing them, why are you here? It makes me think about somebody who went to school. When you go to college, you gotta have a why. You definitely will flunk out, drop out, something. A lot of people's why was what? Was it your parents? Was it proving your parents that you could do it? I know it was like, well, my mama got a master's, so I could at least get a master's. That was me. I was like, my mom got a master's, so I'm gonna get a master's. Some of y'all, it was because you wanted to be the first one in your family to do it. You had a why. There was something that was driving you. There was a reason to get up and go to class. There was a reason to make sure your grades were passing. There was a reason why you wanted it to make it to graduation day. So let's talk about, are you in love with your why, or is this something that you really kind of need to take a look at? Or let's talk about how to even fall in love with the why, the process. Who wants to say something?
Well, I know in the beginning, when I started my business, I really didn't know why I was here. I was more so doing it because it was fun and like I wanted the community, but it wasn't like a driving force as to why I needed to be successful in the business. I was working. I was doing it more so for my friends. Like Rachel wanted to promote, Amber wanted to promote. So I was doing it more so for that. And it wasn't allowing me to really work because I didn't have a true why. But as I stuck around and I continued to develop and just continue to grow and know that I needed this business too, or realize that I need this business too, I started to work different and walk differently. So now I'm at a point to where there's a lot of reasons why I'm here. But the main reason is it's only been me and my mom my whole life. And so she's getting older. And I feel like, and she's had 2 battles with breast cancer. Thank you, Jesus. She's in remission and we praying that she stays there. But um she's getting older and it's like I don't feel like I have anybody but her. And so in that sense, it's like I have to get my stuff together because Lord forbid she's gone tomorrow. What am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? And I don't like, I love my freedom. So that's another thing, like that I get up and I fight for every day. I love my freedom. Also, I love the fact that I'm able to help other people break these curses, break these chains, evolve, grow into beautiful women and men. I've always been an equipper, and I'm able to do that here. And so when I found my niche or found the reason that I was supposed to be here, I started to walk different. I started to work different. I started to show up different. I just started to be different. And so I don't know if that answers your question, but that's
It's
why
a
I'm here.
discussion more so. So yeah. There's no right or wrong answer since this I mean, because everybody is different here, y'all. Like everybody is different, but I'm gonna tell you that the ammunition behind how you work your business is because of your why. And if you don't love your why, and then it can go even deeper to you don't may struggle a little bit with about what love even is. And so if you struggle with what love is, you loving your business the best way you know to love it. Whew. You're loving your business the best way that you know how to love it. And what does that look like? Inconsistency, back and forth. What does it look like? I mean, how many people on here can actually say, like, I got a why, but like having an honest moment of saying my why, that which is my kids, is not strong enough. Like, just being honest. Go ahead, Erica.
So I was gonna say, for me, as far as like I've been in and out many times, and I feel like it's because my why is not strong enough. And then I battle with, okay, trying to figure out why am I here? What why can I have to have me, consistent the way that I want to be? Because like my why is of course to get my kids out of this neighborhood, but then again, it's like I say that, but I've been here all my life, so it's kind of like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like I'm battling back and forth with that, and my why is not big enough, not strong enough to hold me where I need to be. So I'm battling with, okay, I need a new why. I need to figure out, why am I really here? Why am I really doing this?
So
hey Rachel, I want to say something. Hey everybody.
Oh, you gonna get Erica off the hook? Because I'm sure.
Oh, you finna get her off the hook.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tracy. I'm gonna leave her on the hook. You're in standby. Okay. Go ahead, Tracy.
We're gonna leave you on real quick, Erica. We're gonna leave you on the hook. But something that I had to do was kind of like put in my face, if I don't do this, then what will happen? I think that is something that's really big for people who are like struggling to see their why, or struggling to feel like their why isn't strong enough. So I have like a paper, and it says like, if I don't give my all today, then X, Y, and Z. Because it's so easy to say like, oh, I want Diamond, or I want Ruby, I want this much a month to help take care of my kids. But maybe you need to see it as, if I don't get Ruby this month, if I don't get that extra $500, then X, Y, and Z will happen. And if you read that every day, and if you say out loud to yourself, if I don't get up my 10 hosta posts, then I won't be able to get my son that PS5 for his birthday, or whatever the case may be, then maybe it'll kind of reawaken some things. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Good. Thanks for sharing that. That's good. So, Miss Erica, so what do you do?
So the other day I realized, like, I started noticing like how me not being consistent in my business actually does affect, my life, my family. When I started this business, it was because I was, I didn't want to have to keep putting the light bill off just to go to the grocery store, and then I found myself having to do it again. And I'm like, this is the reason why I started this business. And the other day I was just like, I'm sitting here on something that can take me to another level, and I'm not doing anything. So then I was like, Christmas coming up, we haven't got anything for the kids. And I found myself getting on Zoom with my team. I'm like, we got to work, y'all. We got, and like my team needs it more than I do, So that's what's putting me in that perspective of, Erica, you got to do this. Like, you got to do it. Okay, girl, hold on.
That's good. That's good. So really, I don't, that's good.
Hey, Rachel, can I say something real quick? Mm-hmm. Hey, I know when I talked to you, I think you got the vibe that my why was super strong, because you were kind of like, oh, okay, we don't really have to go down that road. And for those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Tamara. So for me, my why is I'm not going back into the schools. I used to be a principal. Going back into the schools is not an option for me. And it's not an option for me because I got tired of being in the box that everybody puts me in. I was the first Black girl in 2 schools And I was treated like the first Black girl in 2 schools for a long time. One school I stayed for 6 years and the other one I stayed for 2. So for 8 years, I lived in a box and conformed. And so my why is not financial, because I know what it feels like to make 6 figures, but I also know what it feels like to make 6 figures and sit in a room where over $1 million is being paid out and you don't have a voice.
Mm.
So for me, that feeling has no value. So when I hear Erica say that her team needs it more than she does, it goes back to what you said to me, that my why is burning, but I also don't have a time limit on it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put some urgency behind it. That means that one of your feet knows why, but the other foot is comfortable.
That's good.
So you got to put both feet together. You're wearing 2 different shoes. So you're ready, you're dressed and ready, but you got to put the same shoes on. And so for me, I had to do what Rachel said: sit down with your husband. Why do you need to be diamond? How much money do you need to make? If he told you that by August 29th, you got to go back into the schools, what you going to do? I'm going to get on the pole if I got to, because I'm not going back. like, I'm not going back. I'm not like that. Literally, when I sit next to my kids, I feel like myself cringing inside, the anxiety with the teachers and who's doing what and who's not doing what. And I ain't never been on pole, just so y'all know. But but it's got to be that serious. It's like, for me, it's that serious. It's like, so it's there, but you can't think you have time, because you don't. Because if you keep thinking you have time, you slow down. That's really what it boils down to, is you slow down, which is why you created the push groups for us. So on day 1, keep running. And that's why on the 19th, you do get a little tired, like you said.
That's good.
I'm sorry y'all met me in such ratchet form tonight.
That is such a great perspective, though. That's a great perspective, because I think at the end of the day, people don't realize it has to be that deep. Like, what I mean, I hate the running from, but a lot of times that's what it is that we're doing. And that can be your ammunition, if you need that to be your ammunition, until you figure out what you're running to. You know what I'm saying? So even if you have to use that until you find out what you're running to, use it. Because at the end of the day, like Brittany said, a lot of you guys may still be working, but I don't work a full-time job. And I'm never going back, God willing, to a full-time job. Because once you understand the freedom that you can have, especially financially, so financially and like having your time, and you give it away, because that's essentially what you do for a job. You're giving your time away. You're allowing someone else to put a value on your time. And you're saying, my hour of time is only worth $15. My hour of time is only worth $20 or $25. Even if you have a salary and you break it down, you say, I'm only worth getting paid $25 an hour plus, well, not even really $25 an hour, because after they take out taxes, you ain't making that, you know? So you have to decide that I want this better. I want this more than. And here's the thing, guys. Like, you got to make up your mind. Anybody watch Geronicus Jangles? What is it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's on Netflix. If you don't have somebody's Netflix account, call your cousin now and get their login, okay? Go watch it. It's 2 hours long, okay? Jingle Jangle. Is that what it's called? Girl. Okay, Jingle Jangle. I'm over here, I'm saying his whole name. Okay, it's called Jingle Jangle. It's 2 hours long. Watch it with your family. It's great for kids. And I knew the whole time that was, whatchamacallit, who was telling the story. Anyways, but y'all go watch it. I'm not gonna, it's no spoiler alert, but the biggest thing, and I actually want to go live about it, the biggest thing for me was the belief. The robot wouldn't work because there was no belief. You had to believe. And the robot was not going. Like if you know what's so crazy, y'all? It wasn't even the robot. Everybody had to believe. It wasn't just some people. Because when the kids were there and the old people came in, the machine stopped working. Everybody had to believe. And I'm gonna tell you what, them kids believed enough for them adults to start believing. And so the question is, well, the area of opportunity and the thing to ponder is, do you believe? Because it starts with your belief, and your belief flows down to your team. When we were doing dream boards, y'all, I was serious. Like I said on the dream board call, I said, y'all, I believe God for number 9. Like I believe it. That's not even dreaming for me no more. I believe just like one day God was going to give me some thickness in my hair to where it wasn't a whole bunch of gaps in my twist out. I knew it. I believed God. I believed it, which is why I kept going. I kept going because I believed God. And so that's what number 9 is for me. I believe God. The stretch is, and then can you believe God for the stretch? Every promotion that I went for was believing God for a stretch. And throughout my day, I learned how to pivot. You have to learn how to pivot throughout your entire day. You are a professional pivoter. What do you mean, Rachel? If you start your day, you hop on a 6 a.m. power hour, and then you start going throughout your day, maybe clean up around the house, sit back down to start working, doing personal development, things of that nature, you start to reach out to your team. If you start to reach out to your team and you maybe feel so overwhelmed that you are not productive, you have to pivot. And if you do not pivot, what will you end up doing? Nothing. Or wasting somebody else or your own time. And so you pivot and then you come back. That doesn't mean you run away from it. You just pivot. You get yourself together, maybe reach out to somebody else different, try something new, and then come back. You move forward. What do we get paid to do? You go put up a host of posts. You do the things that make your heart sing. Y'all, I just found out a new way to blitz. Changed the whole game. Where nobody got to get nothing from my hand or nothing. I'll share that with y'all soon. Be out in the stores like, I'll share that with y'all later. But back to the belief. Fall in love with your why or your quit in the time frame. How many of y'all on here are hiding behind your uplines? Ooh, that's a lot of people on here. It's 61 people, 60 people. How many? Some of y'all not, but some of y'all are. This is real, and this is, you don't have to tell us, but you can be real with yourself. Like this is the space for it. Like let's be real. Some of y'all just like, ooh, upline, what we doing this month? Ooh, upline, I'm gonna hold down the 400 box. Ooh, upline, I got my Ruby, I got my executive for whatever it is that you're doing. Or your upline ain't really pushing, so you ain't doing nothing. You just showing up and signing a loyal customer here or there. Some of y'all have your own personal goals. Now the question is, can you have your own personal goals and attach that to what your upline is doing? Could somebody give me an example of that?
So I have my own personal goals. I have my own personal goals, own things that I'm doing, but it's always coinciding with what Rachel wants to do ultimately for the squad or for Black Diamond number 9, Mission 25. So yes, I have my own things that I want to do, but I always, she's my oversight. So I always make sure that what I'm doing is coinciding with what she has, or is in alignment, should I say, with my overhead, my oversight. So
And let's just say, oh, is that me? Oh, okay. So let's just say this, Brittany, to give everybody just an example. So Brittany has to decide that she's going to do what she has to do, regardless of what I'm talking about.
mm-hmm.
This is what I'm talking about when it comes to hiding behind your upline. Oh, you ain't promoting a diamond? Okay, well, cool. We good. We'll try again next month. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't care what you're doing. I'm committed to myself. I'm committed to my why.
Yes, yes. And it's so crazy because, like I was telling y'all in the beginning, I didn't have a goal. So if Rachel wasn't checking for me or Amber wasn't pushing, shoot, I was chilling. Like, ooh, they, I ain't on Rachel's chart. Ooh, like, thank God. And that was stupid because I got my own business. I have my own reason why I'm working. That's dumb. Like, why am I not working if Rachel not checking for me? That's the worst place to be in. And now it's like, yes, I'm here and I'm showing up for the squad, but I'm showing up for me. Like, I got a reason that I'm fighting beyond, just showing up to do what Rachel wants to do, or promote when Rachel wants to promote. Like, if whether Rachel running or not, Brittany running. So
I like that.
It's good. It's good. What y'all thinking, man? Find your own design.
it's about taking ownership, though, really taking ownership of your business and just realizing that you're a business owner. You're a business owner.
I definitely understand that, because I've been with my company going on 6 years. I'm sorry, my name's Aisha. And I definitely understand. I've been basically running someone else's business. I do accounting, I do maintenance and cleaning and everything. And I definitely know the routes and stuff to take to, grow and create my own business. But it's like, it's the fear, that blocks you from taking that step and everything. And it's like, you can't be afraid to take that step. And that's something I'm learning. And it's like, I'm very scared to take a risk on myself. I'll be willing to invest in someone else's business versus me just, taking a step to take a risk on myself. And that's something I'm afraid of. That's something I have to do.
Thank you for being honest, because you're not the only one. It's so easy to hide behind your upline. I don't know, because I've never done it because my upline quit, but I've seen it for 7.5 years. Rachel, what we doing? And people just so happen to have an upline that's always gonna run. You know what I'm saying? And I can apply the heat to a lot of people, but some people couldn't take the heat and had to get out the kitchen, which is why they're not here. So sometimes the heat can be too much. It can, and then even applying heat can be too much. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, when you holding down, like, heat can be too much for the person applying it or for the person who's getting it. And so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about digging deep for yourself.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
It's Candace. So excuse me. But I just really was thinking about when Brittany was talking and when you was talking about, do you with the upline. And I really truly was thinking about that this week, because I have to know my why, because things has happened with my upline. So what I had to do, no matter what has happened, is grab hold of someone else, because maybe my upline now is not available. So I couldn't let that be why I stopped. And so I think this month alone, even though like with my team, we're not where I would, want to be. I'm not maybe enrolling DTs and signing LCs like I desire. However, I know I have a why, so I can't let that be the reason I stop. And I'm not a quitter. So therefore it pushes me more. And I could have made the decision to quit because my upline right now, I don't see her. But what I did was realize what the Almighty Father has done. He didn't just, when I joined, it wasn't just her. She introduced it. She offered it, and I said yes. But what she did was she introduced me to so many successful women, so many opportunities, so many avenues. So I have to keep my airwaves open because I know that he owns a cattle upon 1,000 hills. So I couldn't let that be my fall. So this month I got a little like, dang, I can't reach out. I can't reach out, but I can.
Yes.
And so I have been using that I have, which is other successful women. I've been making myself more available, and even not getting what I desire to have with the enrollments and not reaching my goals at the time I want to. I know that there are goals. And I heard you just say that about yourself, it is no longer a dream, but I know that he is able to do it. So that's the mindset that I want to have as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman. I run a daycare, but it's not mine. I work for my ministry, but it's not mine. I'm a part of it. But with my business, it's mine.
There it goes.
You know, and even though I'm a part of it, I'm a part of a team. The business I have to keep in my mind is mine. And I get when you just was talking and Brittany just was talking, I just rejoiced in myself because I could have quit because who enrolled me is not visual right now. You know, so these moments is what gives me my gas. You know, I'll say enhances my gas because another thing, and I'm going, but you guys just have me excited because he gives you exactly what you need. And I wasn't going to get on because I'm not feeling great. But I promise when you just go on, I said, you know what, Candace, even though I can be behind the camera, I can lay in my bed and still listen. You know, so if I can listen and I can hear, then I can be a doer. So I'm just, you ladies are awesome. And so I can't make excuses because it went on a cross. So no, and I can't make excuses just because I'm not enrolling like I want to, but I know I'm doing the things. As you said a year ago when I first heard that, I said, that's it. Just keep doing the things, just duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. And that's what I'm doing. So I know that the seeds are being planted. I know that I'm following up. So they're watering. And I know his promises is so real that they're going to grow. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on until it's my season. And my season is now, and I just got to keep believing it. So I just wanted to come, excuse me, but I don't have nothing, but thank you.
That was good. That's so good. That's good. That's so good. That's good. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all know what I just thought about? That TikTok. Where it'd be like, are we supposed to know what we're doing? Or no, the one would be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I should go do that one. I don't know. I watch too much TikTok. Jesus. Woo.
Okay, ladies. I want to say something. My name is Nicole. So can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I have a dream board that I made like 5 years ago. And on this dream board, it just amazes me. Um, what's on this dream board, it took me like a year to see it because I put it in my closet. And I'm looking at this dream board and I see something on here that I wasn't even aware of it when I made it 5 years ago. So I'm gonna show you guys what's on here. Let me see. Can you guys see it?
It say it works. You didn't know nothing about it works?
Nice.
Nope. I didn't when I made this dream board 5 years ago. And when I started It Works, I still didn't notice It Works was on here. It was like a year. Because it sat in my closet and I'm looking like, wait a minute, why is It Works on here? And it's like I can show you guys where I am on this dream board. This is where I am right here. You guys see it?
What it say?
Mercy. I've been talking about mercy a lot and connecting with women.
Wow.
Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
And then right here I have, can you guys see it?
Trust is a must. Mm-hmm.
And so my why is pretty much to do more with women, to change the atmosphere of the world, to have growing results, and to connect with women under the mercy of God. And with God, all things are possible. And here's my home that I have with my why and my daycare. And I'm pretty much doing daycare now. I try to run from it, but it keep on following me.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I just pretty much wanted to share that with you guys.
That's awesome. That's good. That's wow. That's, look, all things work together. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So I want to tell y'all about my why, but it's always about me. I'm even when I'm not clear, I'm clear on what I want. I don't know. I figure it out. Okay. I remember who was maybe somebody, I don't know if anybody remembers. I know Brittany was here, I think. She might not have been. We were here in my basement and somebody asked Brianna about me one of the million times. It might, Trevor, you might have been here. And somebody said, like, how does Rachel do it? Or I don't even understand how, what can you give us about what Rachel does to see it through and to push forward? And he told them, Rachel does not have a choice. Maybe you have too many choices. This is plan only. And it's always been plan only, which is probably why I was fired from my job. I made that decision back when I was like a Ruby, that this was plan only. And because it was plan only, how many times I gotta say this? You figure it out. You figure it out. You figure it out. Do you love your wife? Will it hurt to text? Does it hurt if I told you not enough? Do you feel some type of way? You should. If I told you that you don't love your why enough and that's why you're not successful, you should feel some type of way. Because when I think about the abundance that I could give my kids, like y'all think my kids living their best life now? My kids could have more. God wants you to have more. That's even like just us going to our daddy and being like, but you could have more. You could. You could have more. You don't have to live like that. Open up your mouth. Even today when I hopped on live, like we get into this place where you worry so much about what other people are going to think that you don't say that what you need to say. Y'all, Black people need this business. I'm sure it's more than Black people who need it, but Black people need it. Yeah, I was just thinking about my life. Like I started thinking about my life yesterday. Why, y'all, and This is legit, okay? It ain't opinion, it's fact. Go look at the statistics. Black people have so many underlying conditions. Why are Black people dying like they're dying from the pandemic? Why are they from COVID? Not just the pandemic, from COVID. Because of the underlying conditions. Where do our underlying conditions start? At childhood. They start at childhood. Why do they start in childhood? Can you think of the house that you grew up in? Can you think of the house that you used to frequent? Was it clean? How old was it? Was the carpet new? Was there termites? I mean, I don't know. Mildew? So many underlying conditions. And then the way we eat. What you eat growing up? I ate noodles. I still eat noodles.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Charisma. I tried It Works, I think in about 2018. I didn't go no further. After speaking with my DST, I felt like it wasn't for me. I'm back. I'm here, my why, I have 4 kids and I'm not content with my life. So I've been like pushing and pushing and pushing, like literally begging people. Like, so I've had, I've had some yeses. I haven't been able to do my goal, which is I'm trying to push for the 75, the loyal customers. But I have, I have a few people that's supporting me. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, and this is why I'm here. I'm praying for my $1 million, and I'm speaking 2021. Like I'm trying to do some things, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. I was injured January 20th of 2020. I drive buses, so I work for Capital Metro. I've been on leave for about a year. I was on workers' comp, was dismissed from that. I'm still here. I have some lawyers that are trying to fight for me. I don't even really care about it anymore, but I need to push for, I feel like I need to push and be successful in this business because I have a 13-year-old son. He's my oldest. And I've been teaching my kids for as long as they can speak. You can do it. If you put your heart into it, you can do it. Speak it. Speak life into yourself. Speak life into everything. And I feel like if I keep going, I have them to look at, and they're looking at me and everything that I do. So I'm going to be successful. That's all I have.
I love that.
I love that. That was beautiful.
That was good. So I want to go a step further. So I'm telling y'all, Black people need this, right? They do. And I know if they don't always want it, that's fine. But it is a need for extra income and for changing their life when people actually desire it, right? You have the answer. But I'm going to take it a step further, guys. I was, my lash lady is 23 years old. And she's a white girl, right? Sweetest thing ever. And I sat and listened to their conversation. Stunning for the gram is real. Stunning for the gram is real. You think people have stuff, but they don't. They have debt. They have desire. They have desire. And a lot of people live out their desires and it's not their reality. And so while I'm sitting here talking to them about my house and building my house and being at home full time with my husband for 5 years and taking vacations and doing all the things and being around people who make me level up, right? Being around Cammie made me want more. Going to an island made me want more. We were gonna go to Disney just regular, and Cammie says, no, let's do a backstage. Y'all, I told these girls, get my lashes done. And I'm like, yeah, so we did a back stage tour of Disney, where they take us, like escort us. And she was like, my brother used to do that when he worked at Disney. She said, only celebrities do that. I said, oh, I guess I'm a celebrity. It works done made me a celebrity. What? Okay. So they like looking at me like, oh, I can do that too. Yes, you can do that too. People do not believe that there is reality in living the life that they desire. But you gotta know why. When I first started this business, y'all, actually take the business out. Take the business out. How about that? Take the business out. What's your why for life? Initially, my why for life was the fact that I had a kid and I grew up in a household where I felt like I was not prioritized. And so what I decided was that kid, because I'm a single mom and I'm not married, will be my priority, and he will want for nothing because he did not ask to be here. And so because he did not ask to be here, he will want for nothing. And that comes before any man because I'm not married. Now, I'm not shading nobody, but that was my why. That's why I went to college. That's why when he was 4 months old when I went to college. We went to college, we figured it out. I was on every type of assistance that there was. I went to the club, but I went and got my son. I figured it out. He had J's, not me. And as I learned more, I did better. And so when I learned that, Rachel, no, you don't have to go get your nails done, but you got to take care of yourself or you're no good for him. Because everything that I had learned, just survive. That's what I had learned. Just survive. Just survive. I didn't know that there was the other side of that. And when I decided to live in the overflow, walk in abundance, live in abundance, I began to shift and pivot. And so when I came into something like this, I came into something like this and I said, I can control it. How many of y'all feel like y'all can't control it? That's probably your number one issue. I feel like I have control here. In regular society, I don't feel like I can control it. It's what they say goes, unless you manipulate the system, which is exhausting. That's kind of what Kamara was talking about. That's what she was talking about. You got to manipulate the system and get in where you fit in. You don't have to do that here. You literally just have to pivot. If today you're not working things in the system, go make you some money. Go get some cash. Find something. Sell products in your house. Whatever you got to do. Get a win. So, are you clear on why you're here? Are you clear on why you fight? Why do you fight? What do you not want to be the way that it always has been in your life, in your family's life? Where are you at? Are you clear? My granddaddy told me, I know my granddaddy why, okay? And Lord, he's probably working on his why still. That's fine. But one of my granddaddy's whys was to have everybody in his life previously was divorced. I don't know about y'all, but Papa was a Rolling Stone, okay? Like his daddy was a Rolling Stone. The daddy before that was a Rolling Stone. They had, y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all, maybe y'all don't know because y'all stay in the kids' business. I mean, in the kids' place. But I found out some things about, great granddaddy and them. They was out here living their best life with wives, okay? Sure. Anyways, so my granddaddy vowed that he would be the first one in his lineage to not get divorced. His marriage is important to him. It's important to him. How he treats his wife is important to him. So what's your why? My husband and I come from single family homes. That's not okay for us. We've decided that stops here. What's your why? What are you fighting for? And it's because it stops here, because my husband and I enjoy so much of each other, it translates to the business. finances, spending time together, creating our own schedule. It's important. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, hashtag your circle matters. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but your circle matters. And if you out here talking about your marriage matters, but you hang with mostly single people, your marriage don't really matter. Your actions are speaking way louder than your words. If you're saying that your business matters, but you're not around anybody business minded, that's not true. I'm gonna tell you this, everybody who hung out with people who weren't in college, when we was in college, they didn't graduate. Amen. Okay, I felt that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. People who used to go back to the hood, they ended up back in the hood. Real talk. I'm serious. Anybody got something else? Oh, we only got 3 minutes. Sorry, I've been talking. How about this? Because I want to know that y'all getting it. And if you don't do it, it won't change anything. How about everybody in the comments? Who got a suggestion? Because I need to figure out if y'all didn't want to when it comes to whys. Because some people won't even be realistic with what their why is, because they won't be honest. Because even just like what Erica said, I'm back in the same spot. People won't even say that. I'm back here. I'm back into the point where I'm picking and choosing. That ain't cool. I have the solution right in front of me.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just thinking, my daughter just started the business, so I got her in it. So pretty much my why has something to do with generation, because I want to expand the generation I wanted to travel on. So I pretty much want to build a foundation within the company to allow the opportunity to pass to my daughter, also my granddaughter. So it can lead on into a better opportunity as the years progress. So I'm looking forward to allowing this business to be used to be a wealth for the family.
That's good. But that's like Kabir said, you ain't got no time for him on that. So that's nice. It's nice. But it's not a driver. It's like it's like in the basket. But what's gonna drive you to finish this month strong? What do you have on the table where it's we have to win the game? Like we have to pull it together and win the game.
Sometimes it's just being tired of failing.
Yeah. That could be.
It's like, when would you get that break? When will it be enough? When you get that win? When it's coming? So it's like you want to win. You want to push for it. Push for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to come out of your comfortable zone. Sometimes it takes you to a point where you get uncomfortable, so you pushes yourself. Yeah, you pushes yourself to be uncomfortable. So that's pretty much what I am. I enjoy pushing myself. So this business, it gives me that push so I can thrive. And when I look at myself thriving, that encourages me. So when I say to build wealth for my family, as I make an impact to do what I know I can do, then it'll follow through the generation.
It's good. What Travia said, she said, remember at conference one year, someone said, if your why, let's say if your daughter or a loved one, if someone kidnapped them and you couldn't get them back until you met your goal, I bet you'd move. And so sometimes you have to trick your brain and go that drastic. You know what I'm saying? Because none of us have ever, most of us, if you've never done this before, have never put yourself, I was talking to the leaders about this recently, have never been in a position where they had to reach a goal by a certain time, like it had to be reached. And a lot of times people are used to walking away with goals unmet and thinking it's okay and thinking that they can start all over the next month. And then the pressure, because pressure creates diamonds, period. It does. It is pressure. But you got to turn up and take the pressure for what it is. And so at the end of the day, what I want everybody to do, because it's time for us to go, at the end of the day, I want everybody to drop in the comments right now, what is your goal for the end of this month? And I'm going to say this, like everybody who on here, I mean, it might be some 400 boxes on here, and that's fine. But everybody should be on here who say you at least want to promote to executive. You know what I'm saying? Like you should at least want to go executive. That's just 2 boxes at 400. Like stop selling yourself short. You stop selling yourself short. If you started this month, you need to go Ruby. Like why? I'm over time. But how in the world is a $300 bonus on the table and you don't get it? It's $300 to find 3 people and your network is untapped. It's untapped. Stop making decisions for everybody else and just ask everybody. Ask everybody. Get okay with hearing no. So what? Because if you don't ask them, guess who won't ask them? Me. I'm going to ask them. So, and you can ask some people on here because don't put me in your circle. Like, I'm gonna ask about the business. Like I'm gonna ask about the products. Now I'm not gonna like take your people. Don't be getting fearful. But I'm just saying, if I'm around somebody, I know I have a gift to give, and so I'm gonna give it. So let's see what we got. Let's go. So it's gonna be a whole bunch of bonuses, y'all. But I'm gonna tell y'all this because a lot of times we speak what we say. But the question right now is, do you believe it? Do you believe it? It just takes me back to Monday meetup where Brittany was talking about Diamond. If you knew how much Diamond wasn't really that big of a deal, you would go. Now, the thing is, when you go Diamond, you have to keep going forward and know why you're pressing forward. So those of y'all who are going Diamond, I need you to have an and then what right now. What's coming after Diamond and why? After you start making, because your diamond check may only be, well, you're going to get the bonus, but the bonus will be paid out until the following month, I think. So your bonus check, your diamond bonus check, your diamond check may be about $1,000 initially. Because every average that's on that our sheet is 6 months at that rank. Those averages is at least 6 months at that rank. So I don't want to hear, oh my God, I went Ruby and my check was $250. Like, bro, you just hit the rank. Like you didn't, chill out, keep going, build the residual income. Thank God for that $250 and keep it moving. Because for real, if you did it right, you'd have $250 plus at least $450. That's $700. So what are we complaining about here? If you're not making what you don't want, if you're not making as much money as you want to make, it's because you're not doing the bare minimum. And I get it. I have people who quit on me, y'all, or quit on themselves, because don't nobody quit on me. The only person who quit on me is myself. And that's something that somebody needs to get right in through here. The only person who can quit on you is you. And that's in everything. That's in your marriage. That's a whole nother question, conversation. But the only person who can quit on you is you. You can give all you can give, but it takes you to decide that you're not gonna quit. They can walk away because the Lord give it and the Lord take it away, okay? So he's the one who's gonna put the right people in position. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, from being in this business 7.5 years, let them take them. Please, let them take them. If they don't want to be here or they're not supposed to be here, let him take them. It's so many things that if y'all have not, so I'm in the middle of a Bible study called Trustworthy by Lisa Turkers. Y'all write it down, maybe get it on your own time. But it's by Lisa Turkers. It's called Trustworthy. And one thing that I'm learning from this Bible study is that it's just a reiteration that his thoughts and ways are not our ways and thoughts. And that does not mean that things are not going to hurt. They will. They will hurt. But at the end of the day, the Bible says that all things work together. All of them. And so we have to trust that even the things that we do not understand in life, in business. I was having a conversation with a lady earlier today. Somebody who wants to pick up their business and go for it. Let me tell you why she wants to pick up her business and go for it. Let me see if she's on here. She's not on here. But she wants to pick up her business and go for it because she got COVID, y'all. Was sick and in the hospital for like almost a month. Okay? Almost a month in the hospital on COVID. Fearful of losing her job the entire time. Because if I lose my job, how do I pay these medical bills? Granted, there is that grace period, right? But anyways, just, you become irrational when fear jumps in, right? That's what happens. We become very irrational when fear comes in. And so then it was like, all right, now she has blood clots on her lungs. Her doctor says, you don't need to go back to work yet. Guess what her job said? We'll see you next week. So now what? A lot of people who have COVID have like the aftermath, like the after effects where it almost feels like they still have it. What can they do? Like y'all, when I tell y'all this business is a bigger blessing than people will give it credit, you'd run like it. Act like you have, I used to tell people back in the day, act like you have the solution to cancer. I said, that's just like me going into an office and I have the solution to cancer and I'm sitting next to a cancer patient and I literally just got the cure yesterday. And I won't open up my mouth. She's complaining about her cancer symptoms. And she's just saying, man, I'm just really having a rough day. And I won't open my mouth and say, you know what? Somebody just gave me the cure to cancer on yesterday. You can take it. It doesn't make the cure any less valid. But I gotta open my mouth and tell you because this is something that could save your life. You have something that could save somebody's marriage this Christmas. You have something that could save somebody who's in COVID and pandemic and they don't have nobody to connect with. They need community. They need a God-fearing community. You might have somebody who can't put food on the table. Might lose their home. And you have the solution. I never know what nobody's going through. So I offer the business to everybody. My neighbors' houses look nicer than mine. But I'm sure like, hey, you can make some money with me. You just never know. And it's not your decision to make up somebody else's decision. It's your decision to fall in love with your why. And you fall in love with your why so much that you're willing and desiring to help any and everybody to get to where God designed for you to go. That's it. And so on my worst days, I get louder. 9 times out of 10, when you see my stories flooding, it's probably not the best of days. But that's me pushing through. You push through. There is somebody who needs you. And guess what? You need you. I'll be all right. Like, we'll make it. Like, I'm so tired of that. I'm tired of the we'll make it. Duh, you'll make it. The Bible says that he'll supply all of your needs according to his riches. Like, you're going to make it one way or another. Even if you end up in a shelter, you're going to make it. We know that. And so right now, you have to dig deep and you have to pivot. Fall in love with your why, or you'll quit. You'll quit and you didn't even know you quit. Yeah, here, Zaire, he's upset. Let me get up off you. All right, y'all, it's gonna be great. I don't went over my time, but I'm gonna tell y'all, this is straight up, no chaser. Like, get it together. I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. Get it together. I said I'm leaving this month with 3 personally enrolled rubies. I am. I want 5, but I'll take 3. I'll take it. Stop backing down. Stop hiding behind your upline. Find your own why and push your why. You have a squad. You have a squad. You have somebody who you're supposed to connect with. Not because your upline needs you to go Ruby, but because you need you to go Ruby. Like I think it was Alicia said, stop building other people's businesses, desiring more for your life, but you will put more into other people than you will put into yourself. Stop discrediting yourself and start honoring yourself for who God created you to be. He created you for that. Brianna, you can bring him here. He created you for such a time as this. You. Okay. I'm sorry, but I got to get this out. So another thing, listen. So today I saw somebody wrote a book, right? And they announced it. And I just kept thinking, myself included, but I didn't feel much conviction because I got a plan. But myself included, I thought about so many people who have so many things inside of them. And this is kind of what I talked about this morning on my live. So many people, all of y'all, I even say my husband included, but I said 56 people. 56 people. There are so many things inside of you that you will not let out. You're afraid. You're comparing it. Something, I don't know. Just insert your excuse. Everybody has one. Travia, it takes 1 day to get certified for lashes. I asked my girl. I'm looking forward to you getting your lash certification. I know it costs some money, but I'm looking forward to it. Like, do it. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, do it. And maybe if you felt more, because what's so crazy is once you do it, you're just gonna move on to the next thing. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. Now God has something else for you, you know? Okay. It's the same thing as a rank. Oh, you went Ruby? Okay, let's go Emerald. Okay, let's go Diamond. Okay, oh, you can go Ambassador. Yes, you can. You sure can. You have to keep going. He big mad. I'm gonna go get my kid. We're gonna pray and get off here because I'm past my time and they're telling me. All right, guys. I hope that blessed somebody, like for real. I hope that really like blessed somebody. So you pick your face up, figure out what your why is, and go at it. And you fight for it. You fight for it. You fight for it. If you figure out your why, you fall in love with it, you won't quit. Quit won't even be an option. All right, dear Heavenly Father, God, we just love you on today. Oh, Jesus, you just want to light a fire under us like never before. I just see you equipping us and giving us the strength to change and transform lives like never before. God, thank you for this community. Thank you for what you've given us in the form of It Works. Thank you for allowing us to be ambassadors for you by way of this business. God, we forgive us for not utilizing this business to its full capacity and being fearful even at times to open up our mouths and give people this opportunity. God, ignite, I just feel it, ignite that fire inside of us, ignite that fire inside of us to be so nonchalant about the response that people give. Be nonchalant about the response that people give. And when people say no, we understand that it's not right now or it's lack of information. And as we continue to educate them through our social media platforms, being loud, going forth, it'll draw people into what it is that we're doing because of our excitement, because we love the fact that we're able to push towards our why and change and transform our own lives because of what we have in front of us. So God, give us strength today. If there's any heads that are just hung down today, God, I just ask that you just give them strength. I ask you to meet them where they are, that you give them the courage that they need, the strength that they need, the even the excitement that they need, God, casting down any doubt or fear that they may feel, God. We curse fear at its roots. It roots in the name of Jesus. Any fear that people may be feeling, God, allow them to utilize the same passion, the same confidence that they use in their workplace or that they use in whatever field that they may be in or that we're in before, God. Help them to bring that confidence over here to it work so that they can shine like never before, God. I speak abundance over this crew, God, that they begin to make the money that you desire for them to make, God, so that they're not only able to take care of their bills, pay off their debt, but they're able to bless other people. And so, God, we praise you in advance for November. We praise you in advance for Mission 25. We praise you in advance for all the Ruby bonuses, the diamond bonuses, the double bonuses. God, even if there's people who are pushing towards triple, presidential, or ambassador, God, we just decree and declare success over them, God. And we just praise you. We praise you because we know you are a mighty, victorious God. And in any victory, there's a fight. And so, God, we're willing to go to bat with you and going before us. God, we will follow you in this victorious race. We will follow you in this victorious race. And we will stay on our knees and stay on our face and allow you to fight our battles as we do what we're supposed to do by swimming. We will continue to swim. We will continue to show up. We will continue to send messages. We will continue to ask. We will continue to post with boldness. We will continue to decree and declare what you're going to do over our lives as we go forth. And so, God, we just praise you. We just praise you and we just honor you today for what you're even doing here and how I just feel you just stirring something up inside somebody. Somebody's going to hop off this call and they're going to believe that they can do it and they're going to go for it and they're going to get it done this month. They're going to say, I started with one distributor and I got off that call. I signed 15. I welcomed 15 and we closed it out. So we praise you in advance. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Go be great. Bye, y'all.